Right now, we're learning more on last night's suspected homicide in downtown Madison. Plus, this week, the president heads to California as his re-election efforts take on a new urgency. And some are concerned regulators are not doing enough in regards to the crash safety of electronic vehicles. That's all coming up at 10. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Armand Rahman. First, let's head outside for a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Jacob Montesano.
Yeah, right now it is pretty nice outside. You know, earlier it did get pretty warm with highs in the mid 80s. I almost said 50s, definitely not the 50s. But we also have been seeing a little bit of rain, and that continues at the moment. Right now to the west of Madison, there are some small pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall. But as a whole, we're not expected to see this amount to much. A lot of this will dissipate over the next few hours. And then by the later overnight hours, especially after midnight, we're going to be mostly dry across our area. We'll see mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies during the overnight hours, but then we'll see sunshine fairly early tomorrow. But temperatures are also going to be a lot warmer during the day tomorrow, with high temperatures approaching 90 degrees for some. Now here's a look at the current temperatures across our area. Still 73 in Madison, 60s off to the west and off to the east, but right in central Wisconsin from Madison to Janesville, it is still in the mid 70s. We also been seeing some pretty gusty winds. We had wind speeds up to 20 miles per hour earlier, but a lot of the wind speeds right now have really calmed down. Still 10 miles per hour in Platteville, but otherwise, you know, fairly calm, under 8 miles per hour for most. As we head into the overnight hours, we'll see low temperatures around 60 degrees, but we're going to be very warm this week. All the details coming up a bit later in the show.
Jacob, thank you. A 20-year-old man is dead after a shooting in downtown Madison early this morning. Our Braden Ross has more on that story.
It's never easy.
Early Sunday morning, a Father's Day turned tragic after a shooting in downtown Madison left a 20-year-old man dead.
It's a lost life. He grew up in Madison, so there's a lot of contacts in this community. Not a great thing to hear on Father's Day for anyone.
Lieutenant Jason Ostringa says police responded to reports of gunfire on the corner of East Dayton Street and North Blair Street just after 3:30 a.m.
At least a couple dozen people, at least, that were present in the area. Close to a dozen casings were recovered on scene. So there was a lot of gunfire.
Minutes later, he says the victim arrived at the hospital with serious injuries, where he was later pronounced dead.
There was actually an officer at the hospital when the victim arrived and actually physically picked him up from a vehicle and carried him into the emergency room.
Police have not yet identified a suspect or a motive, but say the shooting was likely targeted.
Either this person or someone in this group that was there was the intended target. That's our initial guess.
Ostringa noted that police had also received an unusually high number of calls for fights on State Street earlier that night, but aren't sure if they were related to the shooting. He says his team is still working to find answers and urged the public for help in their investigation.
Someone knows something. I mean, that's someone saw something. We need help. We really do.
According to the Portage Police Department, a vehicle collision from yesterday has turned fatal. Police were called to East Albert Street near the intersection of Old Agency House Road around 3:20 p.m. yesterday. They found an SUV and pickup truck that had collided. The driver of the SUV was taken to UW Hospital in critical condition, but was pronounced dead this morning. The 3 occupants of the pickup were not injured. Police believe speed and alcohol were involved in the crash. And Madison police arrested a man Friday after they said a woman awoke to being sexually assaulted in her apartment near the UW campus. Officers were called to the 1200 block of Spring Street just after 3 a.m. for a report of a sexual assault that had just happened. A 20-year-old woman reported she was sexually assaulted in her apartment by a man she did not know. The woman was able to call 911 and the man ran from the building. Officers were able to find and arrest him. He was taken to the Dane County Jail. An investigation is ongoing. And fire and a crash caused havoc for drivers along I-94 west of Lake Mills this morning. A fire was first reported on the interstate at County Highway O. Video appears to show a camper on fire. Portions of the road were blocked just before 2 p.m. The eastbound left lane of I-94 was also blocked at the ramp to State Highway 73 due to a rollover crash, and video from that scene appears to show a black SUV rolled over on the shoulder. And parts of the old I-74 bridge connecting to Illinois and Iowa were demolished using controlled explosives this afternoon. Take a look at that. According to a media release from the Iowa DOT, the demolition contractor Helm Group used controlled explosives to remove the suspension cables and towers on the eastbound bridge. The use of explosives required a temporary closure of the new I-74 bridge to vehicles and pedestrians. The river was also temporarily closed to commercial traffic and pleasure boaters. And a bus driver was arrested on a charge of driving under the influence while transporting the Pittsburgh Pirates from Chicago to Milwaukee for their weekend series with the Brewers. Illinois State Police said the driver was traveling away from officers and not following the escort on its trip to Milwaukee late Thursday night. Troopers said they observed more erratic driving and eventually stopped the bus on the right shoulder of I-94 in Chicago. Police said the driver was arrested after they observed multiple signs of impairment. The driver is not a Pirates employee, but was contracted to drive the team to Milwaukee after they finished their series with the Chicago Cubs. And President Biden spent Father's Day in Delaware this week. The president heads to California as his re-election efforts take on a new urgency. President Biden will announce a more than $600 million investment to combat the climate crisis during his West Coast swing. He'll also attend a few fundraisers. Mr. Biden rallied with union workers Saturday, one day after the AFL-CIO and other major unions endorsed him. He was in full campaign mode, highlighting the administration's achievements.
We're not only changing this country, we're transforming it.
And some Republicans are accusing the president of politicizing the Justice Department. Despite his legal troubles, recent CBS News polling still shows Trump well ahead of the growing list of GOP challengers looking to leapfrog him and get the party's nomination. And the 2023 Madison Area Musical Association finalists were celebrated today at Wisconsin Brewing Company in Verona. Live music was provided by the Civil Engineers, Generation Jones, and Madison Music Foundry's Slag, a youth group of hard rock and high school students. Today was all about raising money to get instruments in children's hands when they're doing the most developing.
Lots of people, lots of fun. We've got three bands going, and it's been a wonderful turnout, wonderful weather. Super glad that the rain blew over and that everybody's out here enjoying the live music and helping to put instruments in kids' hands.
And if you'd like information or to donate to the cause, please visit themamas.org. And there are a million things to worry about when pregnant or trying to get pregnant. One of the most important is making sure you're getting the proper nutrients. There is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to prenatal supplements. Consumer Reports breaks down what's inside the bottles so you can purchase the right one for you.
I started taking my prenatal vitamin when I was trying to get pregnant.
Taylor Frost-Smith is following doctor's orders, taking a prenatal before and during pregnancy. Hers is high in folic acid.
I just don't get enough folic acid in my diet. I don't eat enough fish or spinach, so I'm really hoping that my prenatal vitamin will make up for that.
It's often tough to get large amounts of micronutrients a pregnant person needs from diet alone. That's why prenatal supplements are critical. But which nutrients are most important? And how do you know a supplement is safe?
Almost all prenatal supplements have enough folic acid, but when it comes to other micronutrients, many of the available options at your local drugstore have lackluster formulations.
Though most people will get some of the nutrients they need from foods, many prenatal supplements on the market don't meet the recommended micronutrient levels endorsed by the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. For example, take calcium. Consumer Reports looked at 15 popular brands. 10 have calcium, but not enough. 5 don't have it at all. And when it comes to safety, supplements don't undergo the same strict scrutiny as prescription drugs. What about the price? Do you get what you pay for? Not always. CR experts found some of the pricier prenatals lack nutrients the cheaper pills have. For instance, Nature-made prenatal multivitamin folic acid plus DHA soft gels has most of the recommended amounts of nutrients, and it's less than $1 per dose, whereas some prenatals cost nearly $2 per dose.
Prioritize those micronutrients that ACOG says you need, as well as any that your doctor says you may be deficient in.
After all, Taylor has more things to worry about.
Yeah, we still need to get the nursery done.
This is Ashley Prieto.
As with any medication or supplement, be sure to talk with your OBGYN or midwife before you start taking it. And here's some of our staff and their dads on this Father's Day. Of course, all of us here at News 3 Now want to wish all dads out there a very happy Father's Day. And electronic vehicles are no doubt better for the environment, but are they safer for humans? With some EVs approaching 5 tons, Chris Van Cleve sizes up how to manage public safety in an eco-conscious way. And you want to fly above the pyramids of Giza? Stick around. We'll show you how you can achieve that dream.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60. Monday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love.
And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's.
Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 40-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 you spend. That's a 40-cent fuel saver for every $60. Monday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Make some noise for Hy-Vee Cooling. Plus, Jacob Lattimore makes a big entrance.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Well, 40 years ago today, 7th Shuttle Mission Challenger 2 launched with Sally Ride as the first U.S. woman in space. The mission deployed 2 communication satellites and the first shuttle pallet satellite known as SPOS-1. Ride operated the robotic arm to deploy and retrieve SPOS-1. Over the course of her career, Ride spent a total of more than 343 hours in space. She left NASA in 1987. Russian cosmonauts Valentina Tereshkova in 1963 and Svetlana Savitskaya in 1982 were the first 2 women in space. Car safety advocates are warning about a potential risk from electronic vehicles. As automakers roll out bigger and heavier EVs, there's a growing concern that extra weight of those batteries could result in extra risk to other drivers and pedestrians in a crash, especially from electric trucks and SUVs. Chris Van Cleve spoke with the chair of the NTSB about those concerns.
Crash tests show electric vehicles hold up well in a collision. The extra weight from their batteries help better protect the people inside. But safety advocates worry the extra hundreds and sometimes thousands of pounds present a potential growing danger to other drivers.
It's great that we are focused on air quality, but we are not focused on safety with these vehicles.
National Transportation Safety Board Chair Jennifer Homendy.
If you think about an impact in a crash with a lighter vehicle, with a pedestrian, it's going to have a much different outcome. Terribly tragic.
Is there a concern that as people switch to EVs that you see deaths on the roads go up?
Absolutely, it could.
This crash test shows what happens when a sedan is hit by an SUV weighing nearly 1,000 pounds more. The smaller car suffers noticeably more damage.
Why does that extra weight make a difference?
The mass matters, and it's simple laws of physics.
Raul Arbeliz from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety.
The crash for the other vehicle, when you are heavier, is going to be more severe.
GMC's electric Hummer can go 0 to 60 in roughly 3 seconds while weighing more than 9,000 pounds. Over 3,000 pounds more than GMC's full-size pickup. And its battery alone comes in at about 2,900 pounds, roughly the same as a Toyota Corolla. The electric Ford F-150 weighs up to 2,500 pounds more than its gas-powered sibling. And Rivian's pickup weighs in around 7,100 pounds, while the average vehicle on the roads today weighs closer to 4,300. That difference matters. A 2011 study found even a 1,000-pound difference results in a 47% increase in the likelihood a crash turns deadly.
Have a 7,000-pound vehicle hitting a 4,000-pound SUV. The impact on that smaller vehicle is going to be quite significant. It is going to be a more severe crash with more intrusion and higher levels of injury.
Safety advocates acknowledge that weight is only one factor in a crash, and while EV sales are surging, they still make up only a small fraction of the number of total vehicles on the roads, so injury and crash data is limited. In a statement, the trade group representing the auto industry says safety is a top priority, adding automakers continue to test, develop, and integrate breakthrough safety technologies like automatic emergency braking that help save lives and prevent injuries. Technology already common in EVs. Federal regulators are now moving to require collision avoidance systems in all new vehicles, gas or electric. The government says it would save 360 lives a year while reducing injuries by at least 24,000. We saw collision avoidance technology stop this nearly 5,000-pound electric Genesis SUV on a test track. Technology helping balance out bulked-up batteries. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News in Ruckersville, Virginia.
And a group of paramotor professional pilots and enthusiasts flew over Egypt's Great Pyramids in Giza Friday, enjoying a unique bird's-eye view of the ancient wonder. The event took participants around 600 feet above the pyramids and was organized by Sky One, an Egyptian company specializing in paramotor sports. Friday's event included a Brazilian group of professional paramotor pilots who enjoyed a view of the pyramids from above and will enjoy similar views of Egypt's ancient city of Luxor and the Red Sea resort of Marsa Alam in the coming days.
It's a big dream to be here. Me and my friends from my country, Brazil, and we are very happy because today we have a very beautiful day to do this dream, flying over the pyramids.
Sky One is also expected to hold the 5th International Egypt Gate event in October, where participants will be able to fly over the sand dunes of the Egyptian governorate of Fayum, in addition to Luxor and the Red Sea. Hey, Jacob, we should take a paramotor flight over like the Capitol or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure you need a license or something. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know all the rules about that. But as far as the conditions go, you know, we are going to see temperatures continue to warm up. Highs will begin to be in the upper 80s tomorrow, and it's going to continue to be in the upper 80s for all of this week. We could even see high temperatures in the 90s. And we also are going to be dry for much of this week. We do have thus a chance of rain next weekend, but during the week, we're going to remain pretty dry. Current radar is still showing some showers to the west of Dane County. They're continuing to dissipate, and they will dissipate pretty quickly, especially by midnight. We will be mostly dry across our area. We are going to see a lot of clouds still during the overnight hours, so temperatures won't be quite as cool as the last couple nights. We'll see lows around 60, but then tomorrow we're going to see those clear skies pretty early, and especially in the afternoon and evening, we're going to see a lot of sunshine, but those temperatures are also going to be a lot warmer. We're going to pretty much see no cloud cover for tomorrow night into Tuesday as well, with more very warm temperatures. So for the most part, you know, very sunny skies for the next couple of days. And as far as precipitation goes, this is really from now going forward. A lot of this will be from tonight, and even that is, you know, not a ton and pretty far north and west of Madison. So as a whole, we're really not expected to see a ton of rainfall, at least until next weekend, where we do have a decent chance of some showers. So this is a look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation forecast. It's still unclear how the system will develop, but it does appear there will be a greater chance for rain than our last couple of chances of rain, specifically today, where it would mostly stay to the west of Madison. It does appear that the rain threat over next weekend will impact our entire area. Again, still several days out, so it's still a bit unclear how the system will develop. As far as temperatures, they're going to be pretty mild. Lows will be around 60 tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to see high temperatures well into the 80s, pretty close to 90, although we're going to see a lot of sunshine. For Tuesday, very similar forecast, upper 80s is in the forecast, mostly sunny skies. Winds will be a little bit gusty, but overall not too bad. As we look at the temperature forecast for the next several days, it's going to be very similar, upper 80s. One of these days is bound to get to the lower 90s as the forecast calls for upper 80s every day this week, and then we'll finally start to see the temperatures drop after the rain moves through over the weekend. We could see highs back in the 70s for next Tuesday of next week. Now here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Sunny skies during the week. The chance of storms will begin likely Saturday night and continue for Sunday and Monday as well. Once again, it's still a bit unclear how the system will develop, but definitely some much needed rainfall is expected for the weekend. I do have to say, with the winds coming out of the east-southeast, the wildfire smoke won't be as bad this week. But with the drought conditions, unfortunately, we might have a fire risk, especially if the winds stay a little bit gusty. They're probably going to remain dry, especially by the middle of the week. Some of the gusty winds might still be from the rainfall that we saw, or the system moving through from this week. But as far as, the drought conditions go, they are going to get worse, especially for this week. I'm hoping that the trend starts to turn, because typically we're in a transition from La Nina to El Nino, which typically produces a lot of rain here, but the long-term tracks for July and August don't look too favorable for that. So I don't expect the drought to end anytime soon, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Jacob. Still to come, a busy day in local sports included a pair of series sweeps. That's next in sports with Andrew.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Beef Butter Barbecue for Best Barbecue and Best Catering. Vote today for Beef Butter Barbecue, your #1 choice for barbecue and catering.
Workshop, proudly nominated for Best of Madison.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, Thank you.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Beer, baseball, and Brewers. Is there a more American way to spend a Father's Day? Maybe a series sweep over your division foe. Brewers, Pirates, and Reds knotted at the top of the NL Central. Brewers looking for some breathing room. This one looked grim throughout, but an electric eighth inning evaporated a Pirates lead. 2-1 Pittsburgh with 2 on, and William Contreras laces one through the right side. That would bring home Andrew Monasterio to tie the game at 2s. Later in the inning, Raimel Tapia with the bases juiced and a missile to straightaway center field, deep enough for a sacrifice fly, and it would give Milwaukee the lead. They'd hold on for the come-from-behind win, 5-2 the final, securing the series sweep for the first-place Brew Crew. To the Duck Pond, a high-scoring Mallards matinee on Father's Day. 3-0 Growlers in the first. Isaiah Jackson with 3 ducks on the pond and a laser down the first base line. That would bring home a pair, 3-2 Kalamazoo, the score. Told you this one was high-scoring. Mallards lead 8-7 in the 7th inning, and Ryan Sprock will touch them all. The 2-run blast, his first of the year, and it propels Madison to the series sweep with the 10-7 win. Armand, what do you say we burn some rubber? NTT IndyCar Series in Elkhart Lake. Badger Hockey National Champs Shayla Edwards and Marion Picard were the special guests at this race. We picked things up in the final lap, though, because this was all Alex Palou. He'd finished the 220.5-mile race in 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 4 seconds. That makes it back-to-back wins on the circuit for Palou in 3 of his last 4. Last night, forward Madison fought for playoff position on the road against the Richmond Kickers. 0-0 in the 77th minute, but the Mingos weren't playing for the tie. Stephen Payne finds the twine to put forward on top. They'd hold on to that score, winning 1-0 and moving into playoff position with their 5th win of the year. To the links for the final round of the U.S. Open, Wyndham Clark was the man of the weekend. Last year, he was ranked the 273rd best player in the world, and now he's a U.S. Open champion. It's his first ever major win. He finished 10 under, beating out Rory McIlroy by 1 stroke. And after years of Aaron Rodgers tormenting Bears fans, claiming he owns them, maybe a little love could help. Think again. Jordan Love sent out a cryptic Father's Day message that has people confused. I see it as him calling Bears fans his sons. You take a look for yourself. Tell me what you think.
Happy Father's Day to all the Bears fans out there. Go Pack, go.
So it's short but sweet, but I kind of see it as that's what he's going for. Maybe we're reading too much into it, but...
You know what? I think it backfired, because if he's wishing Happy Father's Day to Bears fans, I think he's calling the Bears his daddy, in which case...
Yeah,
it backfired.
It seems that way. You know, he's not a rookie quarterback, but he's going to be in his first year really under the spotlight. Maybe this is a good lesson for him. You know, maybe let your play do the talk.
There we go. Thanks so much, Andrew. We'll be right back.
This changes everything.
So does a AAA membership.
Family members only.
When you're a AAA member, you are family. You get roadside rescue plus thousands of discounts, all for about $1 a week.
You're the best. You're the best.
Become a AAA member and expect something more.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including dwellings, for best furniture, home accessories, and best interior design. Vote for all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Our priorities, they've changed.
Hey, Lexus, play my music.
It's not just about getting ahead. It's about knowing what you want.
Watch for traffic.
And focusing on what matters. Welcome to the next level. This is the Lexus NX with intuitive tech and our most advanced safety system ever.
Get special offers on the 2024 NX 350 all-wheel drive.
George uses AT&T for his internet and mobile service. Anthony has Spectrum One. What's the difference? With AT&T, George pays a lot more.
I'm sorry, I do?
AT&T Internet costs $55, and AT&T Unlimited Extra Line costs $75.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Anthony gets internet with fast and reliable speeds.
Super fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security.
With Spectrum, I get Security Shield, blocking threats.
And an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G.
Service, so reliable.
All for $49.99 a month. Go to spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Or call us and we'll do it for you. With Spectrum One, Anthony is saving almost $100 a month.
That's almost $1,200 in savings. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit spectrum.com/save-more or call 833-754-4999 today.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Miss the news and need to know what's going on where you live?
News 3 Now is always on. Download the Channel 3000 app and get video on demand whenever and wherever you need it.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
This changes everything.
So does a AAA membership.
Family members only.
When you're a AAA member, you are family. You get roadside rescue plus thousands of discounts, all for about $1 a week.
You're the best. You're the best.
Become
You're
a AAA member and expect something
best.
more.
Mallards Baseball, Friday night. Come for the game, stay for the fireworks.
There we go. Happy Father's Day, obviously, everybody. Do you guys do anything special?
No, I was here.
Yeah, me too.
I gave my dad a call this morning. I'm a dog dad of 2, so, you know, I've been receiving texts all day. Not really, but
From your
still
dog
waiting
children?
for him. Yeah.
I am going to the White Sox game tomorrow in Chicago, though, with my dad, so.
There we go. Is it going to be as hot there as it is here?
Well, thankfully, it'll be right next to Lake Michigan, so there's going to be a nice lake breeze that will cool things off. But as far as here in Madison, it's going to be pretty warm this week. Highs in the upper 80s, mostly sunny skies, especially during the middle of the week. We will see some rain towards next weekend, and that will cool things off for the middle of next weekend. So if you like the hot weather, have fun.
There we go. Get outside with your dad for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.